Here are my Premier League predictions for the season 23 to 24. In 20th I put Luton Town. I don't back them. Don't think they have enough quality. And yeah. 19th I put Bournemouth. They lost Jefferson Lerma to Palace. And not that reason, but I just think in general they might slip this season. Like that often happens with teams. In the second season they sort of slip. In 18th I put Sheffield United. Again, I don't think they'll have enough quality to stay up. And that's just my prediction. In 17th I put Everton. They're always very close to going down, but they always somehow slip out of it. But one day that might fall on them. But this season I reckon they'll stay up. 16th I put Forest. I reckon they'll stay up. And with not much though, I reckon they'll go down the following season. In 15th I put Burnley. They have good quality under Vincent Kompany. I reckon they'll stay up. And I reckon that they deserve Premier League football. They smashed it in the Championship. 14th I put Wolves, and they're always mid-table. And so that's quite an easy one. I reckon they'll just stay the same. In 13th I put Brentford. I reckon without Ivan Toney they're really going to struggle. They're not going to find a striker to replace him. He's a great striker. And so I reckon they'll slip a bit. In 12th I put West Ham. They lost Declan Rice. No transfers yet. I don't think they'll do very well. Well, they'll just be mid-table, won't they? And I don't think they'll be moving up the league anytime soon. In 11th it's Palace. Pretty easy one. They're always 11th, 12th. Very consistent. Even though they lost Zaha, I reckon they've done enough in the transfer window to try and replace him, or if not they'll do more to replace him. In 10th I put Fulham, but I'm sort of regretting this one now because there's a chance that we're going to lose Mitrovic, and they brought Jimenez in to replace him. I don't think he's good enough quality to replace Mitrovic. This is where it gets juicy. In 9th I put Brighton. I reckon they're going to have a huge flop, as well as I hope they do. I just reckon they will. And they're not sure why. Well, they just flop. In 8th I put Spurs. They always think they're better than they are. Well, realistically I think they'll always be 8th or 7th or 6th maybe, if they ever improve a bit. But I don't think Andrzej Postecoglou can do much to improve that squad, so I put them in 8th. 7th I put Villa. Lots of signings. Diaby, Tielemans, a few more. Very good quality. I reckon they'll get into Conference League. Interesting one. In 6th I put Newcastle. Under Eddie Howe I don't think they'll get Champions League this year, because last season Chelsea, Liverpool didn't do very well. This season they're going to come back. 5th Man United. Lots of quality. Not enough to compete in the top 4 for me, but they made quite a few good signings. 3rd I put Arsenal. I reckon they'll do well, but I reckon Liverpool will come in 2nd and do better. 1st I put Man City, Oil Money FC. Of course, they got all the good players and they're going to win again. Boring. I want them to flop sometime.